When we talk about establishments and how they're treating ordinary people, one of them, especially when it comes to taxpayers, is test and trace. Now, we've been talking about test and trace as a program and as a scheme for a long time now, almost every week. The issue that we have now is that Telegraph reported that the fat cats, the people at the top of test and trace, are making so much money. And it's not just one or two of them. There's so many of them. The senior management. They are making more money than the Prime Minister. They're making more money than some of the top executives in businesses. And they are failing the project. They're failing their targets. They're not really, well, they messed up with pandemic. And the whole concept is just flawed anyway. But they brought in these people from top businesses and top industries, sort of like, when the Premier League teams try to get all the top stars and think that, well, we just paid for all the top stars, we should win the league. It doesn't really work that way, does it? Just because you paid for all the big stars to join you, doesn't mean that test and trace is going to be fixed. The same thing happened to HS2. Nothing happened. Now, this report, firstly, I don't know if you guys knew, but the budget that test and trace have is £37 billion. Now, £37 billion in the middle of all this chaos, and they say that we don't have any money left, and we're going to be in a lot of debt. They're going to increase taxes over the next few years. They're going to borrow more, and the children who are also losing their education opportunities, when they grow up, they're going to have to pay this debt back. And at the same time, the senior figures, at average, actually some of them are getting more than £240,000 a year. Again, as we said, more than the Prime Minister. Some of these people are former directors of Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Aldi, and other big firms. Now, let's talk about some of the names because, again, as I said, these are supposed to be the top names, the top figures in industries. Yet, they haven't really done what they were supposed to be doing. Firstly, Mark Hewlett, who was the testing chief operating officer from Aldi. Obviously, that's his role. Obviously, he was the former buying director of Aldi. His salary is between £220,000 and £225,000. Now, Adam Wilwright, the chief information officer, is a former banking executive who was also getting over £200,000. And Simon Bolton, who's the chief technology and information officer, now also, again, making that much money. It's brilliant. What's been happening here? They think that when it comes to technology and systems like this, if you get all the big names, the big financial directors and operating managers from big firms, then the whole of this system will be absolutely smooth. No, we all know. And if you talk to anyone at the top of the technology, whether it's Apple or Google or all these other firms, if you have good, talented, who are very good with technology and data, they can sort out the programs. All you need is people who are good people management. They have the skills to be good managers to run the operation. Not necessarily someone who just has to have some sort of thing on their CV from Aldi, just because they were, like, for example, part of the buying department, and they will be perfect for things like this. Having said that, the whole thing is a waste of taxpayers' money. That's the whole point. One is criticizing the talent or lack of it. One is criticizing the whole concept of test and trace and what's been happening right now. It's embarrassing. Now, before I go, firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to all the new members and subscribers of the new channel, the new website that we have. Also, huge apologies for some of the editing because self-censorship is unfortunately needed if we want to even post short clips from the main show on this site. If you want to watch the full and unedited version of these videos and the whole of the show that we have on a daily basis, then go to myotc.co.uk, sign up, get access to everything, and support the fastest growing independent news channel in Britain.